Not too long before I start cooking here, but it's necessary once again when cooking on the camp oven to get a good bed of coals prepared, because they go underneath, around and on top of the camp oven. Tonight's dinner is going to be simple spaghetti bolognese done in the camp oven. We'll cook the lot in there. Once we've done the meat and sauce ingredients, we'll put the spaghetti in there as well to cook using the juices that are left in the pot. In this meal, we've got our ground beef, mushrooms, garlic, onion, some bacon, and behind here there's a little bit of diced up basil, Italian herbs to go in there. We've got a tin of diced tomatoes and some beef stock. And as is customary with all barbecuing or campfire cooking, you really need to have a sense of balance about things. We've got the food, and I like to balance that off with a beer while I'm waiting. So while the coals glow and we get ready to do the fire, we'll have a beer. Cheers. Just a small bed of coals for underneath to preheat the oven. We'll use this heat for browning the meat and cooking the onions and things in. So we do that. We'll just sit that on top. Time to add a little bit of olive oil. Time for ground beef into the hot oil in the bottom of the pan. We'll get this into the pan. Sounds good. So all we do is just brown this ground beef. And once that's brown, I'll put in the onions. With the meat now browned up, it's time to start adding the other ingredients. We'll get the onions in first to get that flavour in amongst the meat. And after that, we'll get the mushrooms and garlic, then finally the ground beef. So there's three of my favourite flavours in there. I've got beef, bacon and onion now. So this is about 250 grams of thinly sliced mushrooms and a couple of cloves of garlic. Time to check and see how the browning and all the mushrooms and onion are going with the bacon. Looks pretty good, very nicely. I've got a bit of finely diced basil. Will be the tomatoes, which you always have in a bolognese. The last bit of liquid to go in, and this is the bit that will predominantly cook the spaghetti when I toss that in, is about 400 or 500 mils of beef broth, so 2 cups. It's time now to have a look and see that it's boiling a bit. If it is, then I'm going to get this spaghetti for 2 people. About a good inch and a bit is good for 2 people, and it's a smaller pot. Oh yeah, it's boiling. So you just break that stuff in half. Get my trusty spoon and stir that into the liquid. And it is going to cook with the liquid that is in there. Bit of a simmer. Whew. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So it's normally about 15 minutes to do spaghetti. Make it look a bit more gourmet by putting some bocconcini cheese and some basil leaves on the top. Let them melt for a couple of minutes. Put some of that on. Whew, hot again. Some leaves on. Wonderful. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. I don't know if you can see that, but I just put a few coals on top of the camp oven to bake that cheese down from the top. Okay, I'm running out of battery and light, but this looks great. It's done.